The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Hello, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 19th day of October 2023. And today the Houston Astros have their chance to go to the World Series. We're not quite sure who they're going to play yet, as Seattle and Oakland are about to go play Game 7 of their American League Championship Series. The Astros, with Wade Miller on the hill, have a chance to clinch it at home and go to the World Series for the first time in their franchise history. And regardless of who wins this National League Championship Series, whether the Astros can do this today or Game 7, or if the Cubs can force the issue and win the next two, it'll start at the National League City. So it could start here at Enron Field, or it could start at Wrigley Field. We know that. We don't know who is going to be in it yet, though. Wade Miller, 0-1 in the playoffs, needs a good effort today. John Lieber just needs to keep the Cubs into it. If you were with us yesterday, you saw that pretty much anything can happen in a playoff game. The Astros just want to take care of business and get things done. And that's the setup for now as we play Game 6 of the National League Championship Series. As Retro Sports Network presents the 2001 American League Championship Series. Tonight, from Enron Field in Houston, Texas, it's the Houston Astros and the Chicago Cubs. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. How you doing, Bernie? It will be Wade Miller on the hill for Houston. Wade, if I hit the right button, making his third start of the playoffs. He's 24 years old, fastball at 92, and a fly ball pitcher. He went in Game 2 against the Cubs and lost that game here in Houston, 7-5, 5 innings, 99 pitches, 7 hits, 6 runs all earned, a home run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. 10 innings overall, 13 hits, 10 runs all earned. He's given up 3 home runs. He's walked 7 and struck out 6. So in both of his postseason appearances, not all that and a bag of chips. Here's how the Cubs will line up in Game 6. Michael Tucker in center will bat first. Ricky Gutierrez at short will hit second. Sammy Sosa, who had the big home run in Game 5 for the Cubbies, is in right. He'll go third. Fred McGriff cleans up at first. Rondell White in left will bat fifth. Ron Coomer at third goes sixth. Eric Young at second, batting seventh. Todd Hundley behind the plate goes eighth. And John Lieber, who is scheduled to have around 115 pitches, will bat ninth. Of course, that will all depend on how well he does over the next few innings. Defensively for Houston, Lance Berkman a 5 and a 5 in left. Richard Hidalgo a 7 and a 6 in center. Moises Alou a 2 and a 9 in right. Vinny Castilla is a 5 at third. Julio Lugo is a 7 at short. Craig Biggio was a 3 at second. Jeff Bagwell is 6 at first. Brad Ausmus a 10 and a 7 behind the plate. Wade Miller is an 8 on the mound with a .963 fielding percentage. Throughout these playoffs, Michael Tucker at .286, 8 for 28, 2 triples, a home run, and 6 RBI. Beautiful night, 70 degrees, wind blowing in from center here at 6. And remember, they do not consider this place a dome. It is open to the elements. And Game 6 starts with strike 3. Miller got him to chase a 2-2 fastball. Now bring up Ricky Gutierrez. Ricky at .219 for these playoffs, a home run and 3 RBI. Hits this one in the left center field. Back goes Berkman to the base of the track by the pins, and that's off the wall. So Gutierrez is in there to third. The throw goes into Castilla, and Ricky has a one-out triple. So the Cubs come out firing. Here is Sammy Sosa at 276, 4 home runs and 6 RBI. Against these Astros, he's hit 3 home runs and driven in 4. He's 7 of 20. So runner on third, 1 out. Miller deals. There's a slow ground ball to Biggio. That should score the run. Biggio will take the shore out at first, and it's 1-0 Chicago. So 2 out, nobody on, 1-0 Cubs, and here's Fred McGriff at 172. A homer and 2 RBI. I told him about that, Birdie. Not sure if Dave's following the post on the Digital Dice Facebook page, but you have his list of available baseball games up to 97. Looking for 100, I think was his thing. But yeah, I've been following that. Pitch to McGriff. Into left center. Hidalgo coming in, rides a Schwinn, makes the catch, and that will do it. Cubs take advantage of the Ricky Gutierrez triple. 1 hit and no errors. We go to the bottom of the first here in Game 6. Chicago 1. Here come the Astros. And John Lieber has pitched quite well, thank you. He threw a 3-hit shutout against the Giants in the NLCS. Last time out, 6 innings in that Game 2 7-5 win. 100 pitches, 6 hits, 3 runs, just 1 earned. He walked 2 and struck out 6. So overall, 15 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, just 1 earned. He's walked 5 and struck out 13. Lieber, 31 years old, standard pitcher, and the slider tops out at 84. Julio Lugo in his 9-game hitting streak will lead off for Houston, pretty just like Ichiro. He's hit in all but one. Well, Lugo is hit in every playoff game. Ichiro has just missed 1. Craig Biggio will play second and bat second. Jeff Bagwell at first will hit third. Lance Berkman cleans up in left. Moises Alou in right will bat fifth. Richard Hidalgo in center will go sixth. Vinny Castilla, who's struggled in this series, at third, batting seventh. Brad Ausmus behind the plate bats eighth, and Wade Miller threw 23 pitches in his half of the first. Rondell White is a 4 and a 3 in left as we set up the Cubs defense. Michael Tucker is a 3 and a 3 in center. Sammy Sosa is a 6 and a 7 in right. Ron Coomer is a 3 at third. Ricky Gutierrez is a 3 at short. Eric Young is a 4 at second. Fred McGriff is a 4 at first. Todd Hundley an 8 and a 1 behind the plate. And Lieber is an 8 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Despite getting a hit in every game, Lugo's only hitting .256, 10 for 39 with a home run and 8 RBI. The good news is for Houston that he scored 10 times. Lieber starts off his effort with ball 4. So Lugo draws the walk. Craig Biggio also has a 9-game hitting streak. He's hitting .300 with a home run and 3 RBI. So the Astros know how to get on base, and that's why they are 1 game away from the World Series. Pitch to Biggio. Craig swings, pops it up. Hundley toffs the mask into foul territory, and Will can't get there. Hits the screen, so the count is 2-2. Throw to first, and Lugo is back. So, Bernie, out of those 97 baseball games that we know that are out there, how many have you played? 2-2 the count. Struck him out. Lieber got him on a 2-2 fastball looking. So 1 out for Bagwell. At 9 for 36, 2 homers and 6 RBI. Again, the throw to first, and Lugo is back. Lieber now goes to the plate. And Bagwell strikes out, and 0-2 slider swung on and missed. So 2 out for Berkman, hitting .267, a home run and 5 RBI. He's had better luck against the Cubs, I think. Yep, 5 for 16 on the series with 4 RBI and 6 walks. Bernie says out of those 97 games listed on the Digital Dice Facebook group, he's played about 35. That's a lot. Pitch to Berkman. Lands in the left. Gutierrez on the grass. That actually was kind of a rainmaker. Got under it a bit. And that will retire the side. So the Astros leave a runner on. No runs, no hits, and no errors. The walk does not hurt after 1-0 Cubs. So White, Coomer, and Young to face Miller here in the second. Rondell at .214, 2 home runs and 3 RBI. There's a base hit in the left center field. Berkman will cut it off. And White has a single. Only the second hit for the Cubs. Here's Coomer. Ron at .280, a homer and 11 RBI. How you doing, John? If the Cubs win, we'll have a Game 7. If the Astros win, they get to stay home and await the winner of Game 7 between the Mariners and the A's. Pitch to Coomer. There goes White. The throw down to Biggio, and Rondell is in there with a stolen base. Pitch to Coomer. There's a line drive to Lugo, and Julio snares it. White goes back to the bag. 1 out for Eric Young at .258, a home run and 4 RBI. You got a split playoff doubleheader today. No, I'm not. RJL's got a playoff game. Tomorrow at noon will be Game 7 between Seattle and Oakland. Young hits a ground ball to Bagwell. Jeff takes it to the bag himself, and that will be an out. White moves on to third. Bernie has simplified his game playing. Here's Todd Hundley at .207, 6 for 29 with 3 RBI. He's reduced his baseball games down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Action PC, OOTP, PC replay. Oh, that's right, the real doubleheader today. Cubs and Astros and the Phils and the D-backs. Oh, that's right. PC replay for Bernie and Cards and Dice, Appa and Strat. I enjoyed the Status Pro a bunch too. 2 out, pitch to Hundley. There's a line drive foul, first base side. We'll do it again. A ball and 2 strikes. It's amazing. The Rangers in real life had not played a home playoff game yet until yesterday, and that was the first playoff game that they've lost. How you doing, Mike from the truck? The 1-2 to Hundley struck him out. So Miller, runs a hit and they'll leave a runner on. We go to the bottom of the second here in Game 6, 1-0 Cubs. So Alou, Hidalgo, and Castilla. Moises at .371, no home runs and 5 RBI. Alou lines this one foul left side, and somebody from Katy made that catch. Now, just for the record, I said at the beginning of the real year that I thought Houston and Philly would play in the World Series again. You can go back, check it. And so here we are. Houston and Philly in good shape in their series. The 1-2 to Alou. Struck him out. That's 3 for Lieber. A 1-2 fastball in the inside corner. Hidalgo at .314. He's calmed down a bunch after just taking the Marlins over the coals. 2 home runs and 7 RBI. 1 out here in the second. And there's a base hit to left. White will pick it up. And Hidalgo has a 1-out single. That's the first hit for Houston. Vinny Castilla at .233, a home run and 5 RBI. Bernie says what surprises him the most about the 35 baseball games he's played is how accurate most of these games are. It's math. Some easier to play than others, that's for sure. Not a big fan of multiple dice rolls with chart lookups. Yep, me neither. Pitch to Castilla is a ground ball to third. This might be two. Coomer to Young for one, and Castilla is going to reach on the fielder's choice. There's no throw. So 5-4 on the fielder's choice. 2 out for Ausmus. 265, no homers, and 3 RBI. Lieber's pitch. Base hit right center field. Sosa will go grab that one off the wall. Ausmus is in the second standing. Ausmus is going for 3. The run is in. The throw to third. Ausmus slides. He's in there. And the catcher has a triple, and this game is tied. So 1-1 the score. And that'll bring up Wade Miller, who is 0 for 2 in these playoffs with the strikeout. But Brett Ausmus, an RBI triple. Miller strikes out, and Lieber just kind of shakes his head. The Astros have tied Game 6 on a run, 2 hits, and no errors. After 2, it's 1-1. So Lieber, Tucker, and Gutierrez to face Miller here in the third. John 2 for 7 on the playoffs. He has an RBI, 2 singles, and a run scored. Fly ball to right. Alou makes the catch, 1 out. John says, after your first deep dive into deep dive, the 94 Expos swept the White Sox in your World Series. 3 of the 4 games decided by 1 run, and the one that wasn't went into extras. I think RJL had the Expos beating the White Sox in his 94 replay. And the consensus was it was going to be the Expos and the Yankees, wasn't it? Here's Michael Tucker. He struck out his first time up. Opening 9 for Miller, 46 pitches, 2 1/3, 2 hits, and 2 strikeouts. The run is earned. Pitch to Tucker. And there's a ground ball between Biggio and Bagwell for a base hit. So the third hit for Chicago. Here's Gutierrez. Ricky had a triple and would score, being the Cubs' lone run in the first. This time around, that's up the middle past Biggio for a base hit. Tucker will hold at second. First and second, 1 out for Sosa, who hit into a fielder's choice and drove in a run. The Yankees were good that year. The White Sox had won the West in '93. So not a surprise that they were good. So first and second, 1 out. Cubs trying to retake the lead in a 1-1 tie here in the top of the third. Sosa struck him out. Miller got him to chase a full count fastball out of the zone. So Miller releases a couple sunflower seeds around the mound and gets ready to face Fred McGriff, who's 0 for 1. That fastball was well out of the zone and outside, but Sosa chased. Pitch to McGriff. Gets away from Ausmus, and everybody moves up 90. So Tucker on third, Gutierrez on second now, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count to McGriff. Miller's pitch. Fly ball to right. Alou will make the play. Yes, he will. Down in the corner, and the Cubs leave on 2. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the third here in Game 6 as the Cubs won, the Astros won. So top of the lineup for Houston, Lugo, Biggio, and Bagwell. Lieber in a must-win game for the Cubs, 40 pitches for his opening 9. 2 innings, 2 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. The walk was Lugo. He's in the first. Still sitting on a 9-game hitting streak. Make it 10. Ground ball left side. Gutierrez should have made the play. And Lugo has a base hit in every Astro playoff game. And the other man that has a hit in every Astro playoff game so far is Craig Biggio. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He'd like to keep that going too. Pitch from Lieber. High fly ball, left field. Back goes White to the track, and that ball is long gone. So Biggio has a hit in every playoff game, and the Astros go up 3-1. A big, big home run for Craig Biggio. And the Astros lead is 2. For Biggio, it's his second playoff home run. And the Orange Yankees are out again. So I bring up Jeff Bagwell, who struck out his first time up. Cubs getting nervous down there. I don't think they have a Joel Pinero to save their tushy here. But Lieber might be down to brass tacks. Pitch to Bagwell. Fly ball to left. That'll stay in the yard. White will make the catch. 1 out. Curtis is in the house. How are you? Lance Berkman is 0 for 1. Lieber deals. There's a ground ball to Young. Eric scarfs it up, throws to first, 2 out. Brings up Moises Alou, who struck out his first time up. Lieber's pitch. Line drive to right. Back goes Sosa, way back there, and that ball is gone. And now it's 4-1. And so when do you pull Lieber? So the second home run of the inning has the Astros up 3. Alou, an opposite field shot that Sosa just kind of ran out of room with. Bernie says now. We'll let him face a doggo. He is due to bat 5th in the 4th. Problem is when you give up home runs, there's no one on base. He can't hurt you now. There is no tomorrow, however, for the Cubs. He gets a doggo, and that will do it for Lieber. So the runner will reach, and I gotta go pull the Cubs out. And so, who we got? It would be Beret if there is a tomorrow. You don't want to burn him. Tavares is a starter you haven't used. But his earned run average is 4.5. Tapani is not quite fully ready. So the only one that could do it will be Tavares. And they're going to bring him in. Tavares hasn't seen a lot of work in these playoffs. He pitched in Game 3 in Houston in the series in an 8-5 loss. He went inning in the third, 23 pitches, a hit and 2 strikeouts. Tavares 28, fastball at 90 and a ground ball pitcher. And with 2 out, his job is to do what Joel Pinero did yesterday. Shut down the Astros. Castilla is 0 for 1 with a run scored. Tavares deals, and there's a base hit into center field. Tapani, I think, would be next up. Hidalgo's going to go to third. Tucker kind of got a late jump on it, And Hidalgo just didn't stop on that single. And so here's Osmus, who tripled in this game already. He drove in the run in the second. So first and third, 2 out. And Tavares trying to put out the fire here and keep this a 3-run game. Pitch to Osmus. And is that catcher interference? Oh, the ball gets away from Hundley and the run scores. And it's now 5-1. So Todd Hundley couldn't find it. And the run scores. Everybody moves up 90, and the Astros have a 4 spot up here in the third. It was actually on a 2-strike count. Osmus swung on and missed. Strike 3, but Hundley couldn't find it. And so not only does Tavares knock it out of the inning, but another run scores. And so it's 5-1. So first and second. So that's what happened. A pass ball on strike 3. What are the chances? My goodness. What a time for a rare play, huh? So 2 out still. Castilla on second, Osmus on first. Hundley wearing the goat horns right now. What a big inning for Houston as the Orange Hankies are flying around Enron Field. Pitch to Miller. High fly ball to left, but White will grab it. And that will... No, he drops it! He drops it! Castilla will score. Osmus will go to third. Wade Miller, as surprised as everybody, reaches on a 2-base error. Rondell White dropped the ball. And it's now 6-1 Houston. What a disaster indeed. Yeah, there's always goats here, but I think they're wearing Astro things. Yep. Just look away and keep on driving. None of this is on Julian Tavares. He was out of it with a strikeout. Rondell White, that should have been an easy play, and he just plain dropped it. And Castilla scores from second, Osmus to third, and Wade Miller, the pitcher of all things, is on with a 2-base error. And Julian Tavares is coughing up a hairball. He hasn't given up an earned run. Here's Lugo. He has singled, walked, and scored. 6-1 Houston. Base hit past Sosa. Osmus will score. Wade Miller is gonna score. And like a prom dress on prom night, it has all come undone for the Chicago Cubs as Lugo is gonna slide into third with a triple. It is now 8-1. Goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. Here's Biggio. It was his home run in this inning. They've batted around. That put the Astros up 3-1. To third. Coomer across the way to McGriff. And that'll do it. But it has been a nightmare inning if you're a Cub fan, and if you're an Astro fan, the Lone Star is already flowing. 7 runs on 6 hits, an error, and a pass ball. We go to the fourth. It's 8-1 Houston. And so 4 unearned runs here in the third inning, including all 3 that Tavares gave up. Strange happenings indeed. So now Wade Miller just needs to not pass out on the mound. And here is Rondell White. Speaking of GOATs, we're not talking about Tom Brady here. He has singled and stolen a base. And that's a liner into right center, extra bases. White will slide under the tag of Lugo, and the Cubs respond immediately. Fifth hit. Here's Kumar. Ron is 0 for 1. Struck him out. That's 4 for Miller. A 0-2 change. Check swing. Strike 3. So Todd Hundley and the pass ball, and then Rondell White, who's on second, with the misplay of what should have been the third out. The Cubs gave the Astros 5 outs in the third inning, and they scored 7 times. Eric Young is 0 for 1. Ground ball right side, base hit. Alou will grab it. White will hold at third. First and third, 1 out for Hundley, who struck out his first time up. Got him. A 1-2 changeup. Got him looking. So 2 out. Don't know what they'll do with Tavares here. I guess you got to yank him and burn that Cub pen. Speaking of GOATs, how you doing, Scotty? Tavares stays in the game and laces this one in the left field for a base hit. So White will score. Lugo should have made an earlier leap, and it's now 8-2. So Miller, 18 batters deep, 3 2/3, 85 pitches, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, and he struck out 5. But the Astros getting the touchdown and the extra point in the third. Still a 6-run lead. Pitch to Tucker. Line drive, foul, first base side. Somebody from San Antonio made that catch, and the count is 2-2. And Miller has now thrown a walk. That's his first walk of the day. They're loaded for Gutierrez, who has a triple. And so the Astros took the big lead. Now the Cubs are trying to chip at it to get back. Pitch to Gutierrez. Base hit up the middle. Young will score. Tavares scores. Tucker will score. Gutierrez has a bases clearing double, and it's 8-5. This is right up there in one of the strangest ball games ever. So here's Sosa, fielder's choice RBI and a strikeout. You certainly don't want to go with Ellerton. Dotel could give you 70 pitches. Ron Vallone, I don't think I'd use him either. You got Nelson Cruz, you got Mike Jackson. And you would use, well, you wouldn't use Malicki tomorrow. Dotel starts to stir. 8-5, fourth inning, 2 out. Cubs have 4 in here in the fourth. Pitch to Sammy. High fly ball, left center field, and that ball is off the wall. Gutierrez will score. Sosa's in with a double, and that'll do it for Wade Miller. So the Astros get a 7 spot in the third, and then Wade Miller couldn't hold it. Needed more cork on that one. So Dotel is in for 70 pitches. They still lead it 8-6. Had 12 runs in the last inning. Dotel, 7th appearance of the playoffs, 4th in the series. You'd think they were playing at Wrigley. The wind's blowing in, too. In their 8-5 win 4 days ago, Dotel went 1 inning, 14 pitches, a hit, and 2 strikeouts. So overall, 6 innings, 6 hits, an unearned run. He's walked 5 and struck out 11. So Tavares, who came in, gave up the unearned runs, depending on what McGriff does here, may take them out in the 4th with a no decision. Got him. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th here in Game 6. It's the Astros 8, the Cubs 6. So here's how we got here in this series. These two teams split in Houston. Houston won Game 1 8-4. Chicago behind Sosa, 3 hits, won 7-5. Houston then took the first 2 in Chicago, 8-5 and 3-1. And then the Cubs beat the Astros in Game 5 to force this one back to Houston. And this one's been part of a strange brigade. Jeff Bagwell is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. You'd thought after an 8-1 lead that the Astros were getting the Lone Star ready. Wherever a Steeler fan is today, hopefully he's okay. Pitch to Bagwell, and there's a ground ball to third. Coomer over to McGriff for the out. 1 away. Lance Berkman is 0 for 2. This one has kind of seen everything but Yul Brynner right now. Berkman in the right. Sosa, foul territory. And that one is out of play. So the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Chopper up over the mound. Gutierrez on the grass. A bang-bang throw to first. And Berkman is out. So 2 out for Alou. Moises had a home run in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. That was his first playoff home run. Tavares deals, and that's a ground ball past Gutierrez for a base hit. So both teams have 9 hits with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's Hidalgo, who has singled twice in this ball game and scored once. 8-6 Astros, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Ground ball to third. Coomer across the way, and that'll do it. So Tavares survives another inning. No runs, a hit, a runner left on, no errors. We go to the 5th here in a strange Game 6. It's 8-6 Houston. So White, Coomer, and Young. Rondell White, single, double. Run scored and a stolen base. He also made the big boo-boo on the Wade Miller fly ball that allowed 2 runs to score. Dotel's pitch. Ground ball to Bagwell, and Jeff can't play it. It goes under his glove, and that's the first error for the Astros. And with Ron Coomer at the plate, he is now the tying run. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Ground ball left side, base hit. If the Cubs can pull this off, that would be simply amazing. The 10th hit for the Cubs here. Nobody out in the 5th. Yeah, if you turned off the TV or going through, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to go, what? How did we force a Game 7? What? Here's Eric Young. Eric's 1 for 2. He is singled and scored. First and second. Dotel. This might be 2. Dotel only gets the sure out at... No, he doesn't get anybody. He doesn't get anybody. Eric Young beat it out. The bases are loaded. For Todd Hundley, it was his pass ball in the 3rd that opened up the floodgates for Houston. And now he has a chance to put the Cubs back on top. Nobody out. White on third. Coomer on second. Eric Young on first for Hundley. High drama here in Houston. Pitch to Hundley. Struck him out. 1 out. Osmus hung on to it. Let's see what they do with Tavares. I would think the computer would have to pinch hit. Coomer the tying run on second. Tavares stays in the game. Dotel got him. A 98-mile-an-hour fastball swung on and missed. So now it's up to Michael Tucker. There are chants in the upper corners here of Enron Field of "Let's go Cubbies." Tucker is 1 for 2. He has singled, walked, and struck out. Dotel, deep breaths. They really don't. Not this early. They do have people on their bench. Pitch to Tucker. Slow ground ball to third. Castilla's going to have to hurry. He throws to Bagwell, and that is the commercial. They'll leave him loaded. Wow. No runs. 2 hits. The Cubs can't take advantage of the error. Halfway home in a classic Game 6. It's 8-6 Houston. Well, if you joined us late, you've missed a mouthful. The Cubs scored first. A Sammy Sosa fielder's choice in the first made it 1-0. In the second, the Astros tied the ball game on a Brad Osmus triple to make it 1-1. And then in the third, Craig Biggio, a 2-run homer to make it 3-1. The Moises Alou made it 4-1 on a solo homer, and then a whole bunch of Billy Goats went on strike. Brad Osmus struck out with 2 out, but the ball got away from Todd Hundley, allowing a run to score, 5-1. And then Wade Miller hit a fly ball that Rondell White had everything but caught, but he dropped it, making it 6-1. Julio Lugo then promptly triples to clear the bases to make it 8-1. Everyone's drinking Lone Stars. Earl Campbell's doing the wave. The Astros are counting down to the World Series. However, in the fourth, the Cubs send 9 to the plate. Julian Tavares, of all people, singles home Rondell White to make it 8-2. Then Ricky Gutierrez with a bases-clearing double to make it 8-5. Sammy Sosa with a double to make it 8-6. A moment ago, the Cubs had the bases loaded and could not score. So John Lieber couldn't make it out of the third, and Wade Miller couldn't make it out of the fourth. And so here's Vinny Castilla. He must have reached on an error and singled. He has scored twice. 8-6 Astros as we start the bottom of the fifth. Slow chopper to Gutierrez. Ricky deep in the hole, and Castilla's going to beat it out. And there's an error. He threw it away, and Castilla moves to second. So not only did Gutierrez not get a good throw on it, McGriff couldn't catch it. So it's a single and an E6 for Ausmus, who probably had the most famous strikeout in Houston Astros history because he reached on it and then scored. Tavares deals. Line drive to Young. Castilla gets back to the bag, and for once we don't have any craziness. Dotel is going to square. McGriff and Coomer play for the bunt. Dotel obliges. It rolls foul. Dotel forced to swing. Ground ball to Gutierrez. Has to come in on the grass. Does Castilla go to third? McGriff will make that grab. And Castilla holds at second, 2 out. For Lugo, who has singled, tripled, driven in 2, scored, and walked. Cubs have left on 7. The Astros have left on 4. Pitch to Lugo, and he draws the walk. So Tavares rolls his eyes on the 3-1 fastball. And that'll bring up Biggio, who has a home run in this ball game. He's 1 for 3. He has driven in 2 and struck out. 8-6 Stros, 2 out, bottom of the 5th. In the right, but playable, Sosa will make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, and the error does not hurt. We go to the 6th here in a wild game 6. It's Houston 8, Chicago 6. So Dotel to face Gutierrez, Sosa, and McGriff. Ricky, you know what? He needs a homer for the cycle. He has a single, a double, that drove in 3, and a triple. And he can homer. Won't be this time. Ground ball to third. Castilla has it. Throws along the way to Bagwell. 1 out. Game 7 tomorrow between the A's and the Mariners, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, right here on Retro Sports Network. If the Cubs win this ballgame, Game 7, 6 o'clock Saturday night, I believe. I'll confirm that. But that will be the window that we will use. Sammy Sosa is 1 for 3. He has a 2-run double and a strikeout. Actually, I believe he has 2 RBI, 1 on a fielder's choice and the other on a double. Dotel's pitch. Ground ball to third. Castilla boobles it. Just like I boobled that word. It's not a word. Castilla trying to play a hockey goalie, played it off his chest and it played him. So 1 on and 1 out. Both teams have 2 errors in this game. This is about as crisply played as the lettuce you forgot you had in your fridge. Here's Fred McGriff. He is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Got him. That's 4 for Dotel. A full count fastball swung on and missed. Rondell White is 2 for 3. He has singled, doubled, scored, stole a base, and committed the 2-run error that allowed a couple runs to score. And the Astros, the concessionaires, are giving out nitroglycerin along with the beer. 2 out. Pitch to White. Got him. That's 5 for Dotel. And that'll do it. No runs, no hits, and 1 error. We go to the bottom of the 6th here in Game 6. It's the Astros 8, the Cubs 6. So Jeff Bagwell is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 6 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors for the Cubs. They have left on 8. The Astros, 8 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, and they have left on 6. Bagwell in the right field. Back goes Sosa. Goodbye. 9-6 Houston, and maybe some breathing room. Another opposite field home run. And the Astros have a 3-run lead. That was a line shot. Sosa all he could do was turn and watch it go. Here's Berkman. He's 0 for 3. He is the lone player not for Houston not to reach base. Struck him out. Tavares got him swinging on an 0-2 fastball. That'll bring up Alou. He is a solo homer. He is 2 for 3, and he's also struck out. So Lance Berkman is the guy who lives at the frat house to go pick up the pizza, and everyone's taking a dip in the pool while he's gone. Pitch to Alou. Struck him out. That's 2 for Tavares. So Julian finally gives up an earned run. He's gone 3 innings. He's allowed 5 hits, walked 1 and struck out 3. Hidalgo 2 for 3 here in Game 6. 2 singles and a run scored. Pitch to Hidalgo. Up the middle, past Young, a base hit. So Tavares due up 4th in the 7th will face Castilla. Vinny is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and scored twice. Got him. That's 4 for Tavares, and we're going to the 7th. However, the solo home run from Jeff Bagwell gives the Astros a run on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the 7th, 9-6 Houston. So Coomer, Young, and Hundley to face Dotel. Octavio, ground ball up the middle over the mound. Biggio behind the bag. 1 out. If Dotel can go this inning, you might bring in Wagner to get you 6 outs. Here's Young. Eric is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and scored. Fly ball, right center, Hidalgo, 2 out. So Dotel 1 out away from maybe turning this over to Billy Wagner. Todd Hundley has struck out all 3 times today. Pitch from Dotel. Make it 4. He got him. Stretch time, 9-6 Houston. So here's Osmus. He is 1 for 3. He has a triple, an RBI. He struck out and reached. And right now will turn out to be maybe the championship run. If the Astros win Game 1 of the World Series from Houston Monday at noon Eastern. Pitch to Osmus. Base hit right field. Sosa throws it in. Dotel goes back to the dugout. Who can hit a righty? It'll be Jose Vizcaíno, who is 2 for 3 in these playoffs. An RBI and a run scored. Vizcaino can bunt, but I want to swing away here. 13 hits for Houston in the ball game. Hunley and Tavares have a word. Julian deals. Struck him out. That's 5 for Tavares. A 2-2 fastball got him looking. Scotty says in Seattle, the crack house is where the crackheads watch the Kraken play. There's a lot of K's there, Scotty. Curtis is headed to Austin for the U.S. Grand Prix later today. Going to be hot and dry. Also hoping the Rangers can check the Astros tonight. Though I'm rooting for Houston in this game. I find it hard to believe, Curtis, that you finally get a home playoff game when they lose. That's the way baseball is sometimes. Lugo has singled, tripled, walked twice, scored, and driven in 2. 9-6 Houston here in the 7th. 1 out. Lugo, base hit, left center field. White will cut it off. First and second for the Astros for Biggio. And I'm going to go get Julian Tavares at this point. So Tavares does his job. It's Van Poppel. Todd, 29 years old, hard fastball at 98 and a fly ball pitcher. Making his 3rd appearance in the series. He took the loss in Game 3. 2/3 of an inning, 29 pitches, 4 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned. If the Cubs rue anything in the series, their defense has not been their friend. 2 home runs and 2 strikeouts. Overall, 4 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned. He has given up 2 home runs. He has walked 2 and struck out 7. Ausmus on second. Lugo on first. Biggio is 1 for 2. Up the middle, a base hit. Ausmus will round third and hold with 1 out. That'll bring up Bagwell, who has homered in his last at-bat. That came in the 6th. So the Astros, once and for all, trying to put this away. Van Poppel standing on the mound in a sea of orange hankies. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, left center field. Back goes Tucker, and this ball is off the wall. Ausmus will score. Lugo will score. Biggio will score. Bagwell is digging for 3, and he is in there with a triple. And now you're not going to bring in Wagner because you're holding a 6-run lead. So let's see how the Cubs respond to that. Van Poppel hasn't retired anybody. And he's not going to get the chance to. Berkman is coming up, and we're going back to the pen. You're bringing in Gordon. You're not going to have a bottom of the 9th right now. You need to shut this down right now. He has only pitched twice in this postseason. Both in this series, in both of the games the Cubs won. He has struck out 2 in 2 innings. But he needs to get out of this clean. Here's Berkman. He's 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Runner on third. That's a base hit. Bagwell will score. It is now 13-6. Here's Alou, 2 for 4. Has singled and homered. So everybody for Houston is reached. Popped up. Gutierrez by the bag at second. Finally, 2 out. Here's Hidalgo, who was 3 for 4. Yep, we're down at a football game. The Oilers 13, the Bears 6. Or the Texans 13, the Bears 6. Todd Van Poppel doing himself no favors out of the pen here. Pitch to Hidalgo. Struck him out. So Gordon did what he had to do, but still the run scored anyway. 4 more for Houston on 5 hits and no errors. We go to the 8th. It's 13-6. So Nelson Cruz will come in 4 2/3 in this playoffs. 4 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He pitched in games 4 and 5. He went an inning and 2/3 in game 5, 24 pitches, 2 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. You get to 3 outs. You got Wagner in the 9th. You're not going to burn Wagner with a 7-run lead in the 8th inning, though. Bill Miller will pinch hit. Now you got to hope that Facero and Farnsworth can keep the barn doors shut, but the Cows are already out. Miller 4 for 12 in these playoffs with an RBI. Pitch from Cruz. Ground ball to first. Bagwell. 1 out. Michael Tucker is 1 for 3. A walk and a strikeout and a run scored. Base hit left field. Berkman can't make a play on it. Gets all the way down in the corner. Tucker is going to have 2 of these. Is he going to go for 3? Yes, he is. Lugo cuts it off. Throws to third. No, sir. We got 2 packs of Energizer Bunnies out here right now. 1 out for Gutierrez, who was 3 for 4. Remember, he needs a home run for the cycle. He is driven in 3. Wagner starting to loosen. Fly ball right field. They don't care about 1 run. They don't want 2. Alou is there. The catch is made. Tucker is going to score without a throw. And it's now 13-7. The Bears convert the extra point. 2 out for Sosa. Sammy 1 for 4. Has an RBI double, an RBI fielder's choice, and a strikeout. Cruz winds and fires. Struck him out. And so we go to the bottom of the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Kyle Farnsworth. Not a bad choice. Comes in for the Cubs. Not a double switch. 5th appearance, 4th appearance of the series. He went in game 4. That was his last time out. 2 innings, 39 pitches, a hit, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. 5 1/3 for Kyle. 3 hits, a run. It was earned. He's walked 5 and struck out 5. It'll be Castilla, Ausmus, and a pinch hitter. Castilla is 2 for 4. He has singled twice, scored twice, and struck out. And there's a ground ball to McGriff. Fred underhands it to Farnsworth. 1 out. Remember, since we're doing 0-1 here, that the DH in the World Series is dependent on the where we're playing. So in games 1, 2, 6, and 7, there is no DH. The American League pitchers are going to have to hit. And so that leads to the question, if it is Seattle, what do you do with Edgar Martinez? Here's Brad Ausmus. Brad is 2 for 4. A single, a triple, a strikeout which he reached, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Farnsworth deals, and there's a fly ball to right. Sosa coming in, makes the catch, 2 out. And so with the righty Farnsworth on the mound, Darrell Ward, who was 1 for 6 in these playoffs as a pinch hitter, will come to the plate. He has a single, an RBI, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. McGriff, White, and Coomer. And it will be Wagner. You just don't want to mess around. Ward, base hit, opposite way. And the Astros have their 18th hit of the ballgame. So here's Lugo. Julio Lugo and Craig Biggio, if this score holds, will go into the World Series with a base hit in every game of these playoffs. Lugo was 3 for 3 today. A triple and 2 RBI. Farnsworth deals, and Lugo draws the walk. For Biggio, who is 2 for 5, he is singled and homered. Hundley changes the signs. Farnsworth from the stretch. Slow chopper to short. Gutierrez across the way to McGriff. And that will retire the side. The Astros don't score. They get a hit. They have left on 10. But they leave it to all-world closer Billy Wagner. To hold a 6-run lead. We go to the 9th, 13-7. So Wagner is pitched in this series 4 times. He's now gone 6 in these playoffs, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. If you recall, in that appearance against Florida on the 14th, it was not a save situation to start. It turned into one. So in the 4 innings against the Cubs, he's allowed a hit, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. And the Astros are 3 outs from the World Series. It will be, if this holds, the first ever World Series ever held in the state of Texas. Fred McGriff is 0 for 4. He has struck out twice. If the Cubs need 6 to tie and 7 to go ahead, and they have 3 outs to do it. Wagner's pitch, high fly ball, shallow right field. Alou runs in, 1 out. Rondell White is 2 for 4. He has singled, doubled, scored, stolen a base, and struck out. But it was his drop of a sure out by Wade Miller that was part of that 7-run uprising in the 3rd for Houston. Wagner, and they're going to have a pinch hitter. It'll be Miguel Cairo. Cairo 1 for 3 in the playoffs. And so Rondell White now will sit on the bench and wonder what might have been. Wagner's pitch. Ground ball right side, a base hit. So the computer made the right move there. 1 on, 1 out for Ron Coomer. The Cubs have already used Bill Miller, by the way. Coomer is 1 for 4. He is singled and struck out. Pitch to Coomer. Struck him out. An 0-2 curveball got him looking. And now everybody's up. 45,000 orange Yankees going absolutely bonkers. Here's Young. He's 2 for 4. Eric has singled twice and scored. The Astros 1 out away. Wagner, deep breath, delivers. Not yet. Base hit. Alou will have it go past him. Cairo probably will score here. Bagwell was celebrating a bit too early. The throw goes into second. And Young has himself a double. So 2 on, 2 out. The score is still 13-7. And here's Hundley, who was struck out 4 times today. Wagner has all sorts of room to play with. You got the pitcher spot due up next. So here we go. Everybody's up again. Wagner fires, struck him out. The Astros have won the National League. They are going to the World Series. Todd Hundley fans 5 times today. In what will go down as one of the craziest playoff games you'll ever see. It took us 4 hours and 5 fake minutes for the Houston Astros to win the National League pennant in 6 games. They win Game 6, 13-7. 13 runs, 18 hits, 2 errors. They left on 10. The Cubs, a great effort. What a year for Chicago. 7 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors, and they left on 10. Yep, the Moxie goat of the game goes to Todd Hundley. 5 strikeouts and a pass ball that led to that run. 2 rare plays in a row. Octavio Dotel. Not quite the Joel Pinheiro performance from yesterday, but the win nonetheless. 3 1/3, 2 hits and 6 strikeouts. Tavares, oh, my heart breaks for him. So we'll leave that one up for you. Game 1 of the World Series from Houston Monday. Yeah, Hundley had as many strikeouts as Tavares. Game 7, Seattle and Oakland. Tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. The winner has an all-expense-paid trip to Houston for Game 1 of the World Series. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, everybody.